In this video, we will discuss uh, an aspect of um, uh, future progression or future expectation for digital health. These are the learning objectives of the session. So, essentially, the main question that we are trying to answer in our discussion in this presentation is what do we need to change in our own work to keep up with digital transformation? I mean, in the healthcare sector. To think about change it to in health care in digital transformation, we need to compare the health system to other sectors, especially industry. And we can learn from the progression of industry, which has affected many aspects in our life. And according to this progression and change, we can think of the change in health system and the digital transformation in health system. The term Industry 4.0 has been used to describe four different stages of progression of the industrial age. So, to oversimplify human experience throughout human life, human has passed through different stages of civilization, from gatherer and dependent on animals to farmer, with agriculture era. Then human moved to industry with production of things, creation and invention of tools and manufacturing. The industrial age has passed through four different stages, and we are living in the fourth stage. However, not necessarily all our activities are keeping up with the fourth industrial revolution. Some aspect or some fields might be lagging, still living in the third or even the second revolution. So the first industrial revolution is through the introduction of mechanical production facilities with the help of water and steam power. So the invention of machines, the steam power machine is responsible about the era of the industrial revolution, or the first stage of industrial revolution. Then this is around like 1700, 1790, 1780 up to 1800. Then move forward to 1880, 1890 or 1870 even. We start to have the second industrial revolution through the introduction of division of labor and mass production. So in this time, factories start to produce mass production to increase their output. And this has happened with the help of electrical energy. Moving forward, in the contemporary time, the third industrial revolution arose through the use of electronic and IT systems that further automate production. Now we are living in 2020, 2021. We are just starting to live the fourth industrial revolution, which is described, the main feature described through the use of cyber physical system. So there is digital transformation of the physical activities that we do in our life or in our work to be virtual with cyber physical systems. And as you see from the colors, it's changing from blue, green, yellow to red, with increase in the degree of complexity as we move in the industry stages. Uh, Comparing this industrial revolution, we can look at the progression of the quality, and the term quality 4.0 came to describe or to match the term industry 4.0. Quality 4.0 certainly include the digitalization of quality management. So typically, quality is or can be looked at a way of managing work. We set up standards, we put parameters, and we keep an eye, we monitor these parameters and keep up with the standard that we have set for ourselves. So this or quality can be looked at in this way. More importantly, it is the impact of that digitalization on quality, technology, process, and people. So in this circle, you can see there are 4 different categories: technology, people, and process. So in quality 4.0, that matches industry 4.0, we need to change things in technology aspect, in how we manage people and how we do work processes. So this is the way we are following in this discussion. What are the aspects that we need in digital transformation to keep up with quality 4.0 and to live industry 4.0? The first aspect we need to consider in our transformation is data. Data driven decision is the heart of quality improvement. So we cannot depend on gut feeling to make decisions, or visionary leader decision. We need data driven decision. Data has to be captured, stored, calculated, analyzed, laid out. Then we take decisions on data informed from our previous reality. So instead of looking at data from the traditional, in another way, what I'm trying to say, we need to move from the traditional way of looking at data to looking at big data. Big data includes high volume data coming from variety of sources, structured and unstructured, with high velocity, with variable veracity and transparency. In this survey, in this study, the median adoption by innovation leaders of using the quality metrics in these fields, customer service, is only 83%, which is not bad. Supplier performance 69%, engineering 55%, manufacturing 52%. So obviously, with digital transformation, we need to move these numbers up and consider quality metrics in all aspects of our work. So this is the first aspect we need to consider in digital transformation. The second thing is analytics. What analysis of the data that we collect we need to do? This is just an overview of the concept of the idea, and you can think of applications in your own field. But we need to apply analytics in descriptive fashion, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. We have previously spoken about analysis types, and we have discussed few examples of the descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive types of analytics. So this is the second aspect that we need to consider when we do digital transformation. Another aspect, the third aspect, is connectivity. We need to connect things together in our work. We need to connect people, we need to connect products, we need to even to connect devices, machines and devices, and we need to connect all the workflow and processes. So with digital transformation, nothing is done in a standalone way. Everything is connected to everything. So people are connected to the machines and devices, and everything is connected to the workflow. So what happens in the workflow is reflected in the product and the output. So everything is connected. Another aspect we need to consider in digital transformation is collaboration. We need higher level of collaboration. Quality is by nature is a cross-functional activity and global. You cannot consider quality as one department doing quality work. Quality is like everyone's business. So everyone need to consider quality. So collaboration is something that we need to consider. How do we reach higher level of collaboration in transformation? Collaboration has changed dramatically across companies and with consumers. Social media has enabled the public to directly weigh in on quality, which has increased the visibility of quality issues. Another aspect that we need to consider application developments. These might be wearables, devices, apps, or the use of augmented reality or virtual reality. When we consider digital transformation, usually we are talking about huge things. So we need scalability. Scalability is the ability to support data volume, user devices, and analytics on a large global scale. So we need to move from the traditional on-premise level of dealing with data to big data connected on the cloud with high scalable, high level, high volume. Nowadays we have multiple digital systems that manage different aspects in our work. One of the famous system is the ERP, the Enterprise Resource Planning system. There are other systems, customer management, and other system. Most of the time these systems are not connected in a really the perfect way. So in digital transformation we need to work on this management system and get them connected all together. So we need to move from just process harmonization or automation to autonomous processes. All management systems are connected with better integration between them. Compliance means the flexibility that we need in our work, or the component of our work to adjust with other aspects and other parts. So we need to have better compliance in the way that I was describing connection between different components in our work. The culture needs to be considered in digital transformation. A company that has a culture of quality exhibits four key elements: process participation by staff, by workers, responsibilities, credibility, and empowerment. Instead of just cross-functional activity between different departments, we need better culture with connected work between them. Leadership: the quality function has an image and credibility gap with the rest of the organization. So usually the quality in the traditional way, there is a department of quality in the institution or in the organization that works on collecting information and data in regard to quality. But this is very poor performance of quality. We need to move from the departmental view of quality to cross-functional, to executive, to connected quality that everyone is considering in their work. Competency needs to be moved from a mere competency of individuals to competencies that is reflected on the entire system. The entire system is competent, and the system consists of people, processes, policies, machines, all components, all together. They represent the competencies, not the individuals and the staff. So with this, we have covered many aspects that need to be considered when we think about digital transformation. Very few words about the term Internet of Things. Internet of Things is a recent term. It describes the network of physical objects or things that are embedded with sensor software and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the internet. So in the traditional way, internet is used by people, but the term Internet of Things highlights the use of machine or devices connected to the internet by, of course, software and sensors and other technologies. Typical applications of the idea of Internet of Things: smart homes, elder care at home, and medical and healthcare. You may think of applications how we connect devices, machine, for the purpose of improving health of elderly, for example, and in medical healthcare. I will finish the talk about discussing the impact of digital health on different stakeholders. For example, moving to or thinking about digital health, consumers will be impacted by being having better control on their own health. They will have more choices and autonomy, coordinated care, better quality, lower cost, better social support, robust communication. The payers and insurance will have lower cost, healthy people. They need to deal with more healthy people, better prevention of disease. On the aspect of public, there is better health population. From programmer point of view, developers and technology inventors, there is expected to be more products, more valuable contribution. Healthcare providers might need to have different models of healthcare with more distributed services, as opposed to the large hospitals, the large centers that we have in our current time. Digital transformation will lead to less workload and lower cost. Clinician will have better efficiency, better communication, and this will result in better patient satisfaction. Policy maker might be impacted with more effective programs. The industry in general will have a broader market and growth from healthcare aspect. This is a comparison between two different models. The first is the traditional healthcare information system, and the second model is consumer-centered e-health. So the emphasis in the traditional information system is record keeping, but when we consider consumer-centered, the emphasis is on the access to information. The main users in the traditional fashion are providers of care, but the main user in consumer-centered are really the consumers, patient, families, and the public. The interaction is traditionally unidirectional, but in the consumer-centered e-health, it is multi-directional. Patient, provider, public, they are all connected to each other. Supports the main focus of traditional information system is provider transaction, but in consumer-centered patient natural activities are the main aspect to that technology will capture. Services available in the traditional way at provider center in large hospitals, but in consumer-centered e-health, the services are provided anywhere, anytime, with better reach to people in their at their homes and in their life. System accessibility within provider boundary, but in consumer-centered e-health, it is globally. Patient access indirect in nature through provider, but the access to patient in consumer-centered is direct. This last picture shows the model of digital health. We need change to consumerism from provider, legislator, insurer, governmental and private sector. We need customer-centered design of health services, especially digital services by developer and health informaticians. And from the patient and people aspect, they need better health self-management in these new models. With this, I conclude, and I will leave you with this assigned task, and we will discuss it in our meeting. Thank you.